let's go back to early on. You know, you come to the big leagues, 2-5, 3-5, 2-5. So you're like 7-15. Early 2012, you had a great spring. They send you down to Norfolk. You're 4-8 at one time. You won your last 4 games. What are you thinking at that time?
That year was kind of a struggle because we went down and we put a game plan together in spring training, and we wanted to work on the process, not worry about results, kind of throw those all out the window, and not focus on anything but the process and the pitching delivery. And I think that's when I kind of learned my body and learned what's going on out there. And I mean, you never understand it all, as you know, but I think you got to understand for the most part what your body's doing and what's making it click. And I think that's what we accomplished that year. And since then, I've been able to feel my way through a start. You know, one pitch will feel bad, and you're able to make an adjustment on the fly as opposed to kind of just winging it.
One of the more memorable games that I can remember broadcasting, I think July 4th, 2012, they call you up. Now, you won your last 4 down at AAA Norfolk. Throw about 125, 126 pitches. It was kind of old school in my way because your 9th inning, I think you pitched 8 1/3 innings. You throw 125, 126 pitches. You're still throwing 95 miles per hour. Great curveball. And when I see Matt Wieters after the game, he says, well, that's the way he threw in AA. Was that kind of a turning point for you?
I think so. I knew what I was capable of, and I think that's the first time I actually did it in the big league. So that start in itself, I think, let me know that, you know, this is going to work at the big league level, and as long as you keep working at it, it should be able to stay. You know, not just figured it out, but it's always a work in progress. It kind of showed me that that stuff could play here.
So you go 9-3, then you win 16 games. The next year you only win 13 games, but you pitched 20 out of the last 21 starts, 3 runs or less. And then you go to last year. Now, last year, you know, you had a 6-game losing streak, 7-game winning streak. It's really tough I went through it one year where it's real hard to come back. When you left Baltimore after going 11-11, which for you is a bad year, even though it's a lot of wins, what was your thought process?
Not good. You know, I wasn't happy with it. I was pretty upset with it. You know, we had some things that happened that year that kind of set me back a little bit. Remember, I had the ankle injury against Atlanta. I think that last good start that I had, and you know, I just couldn't never get in a rhythm. We talk about rhythm all the time in a feel as pitchers, and I could never get in a good feel for what was going on. And you know, it's tough to come out of that. You know, when you're in it, it's tough to come out. You got to keep working, and I think the last couple starts of the year got better, and going into the offseason, I knew we needed to do some work to get yourself ready for the upcoming year.
So you talked about the fact that it's always a kind of a process. You're 13-2. I had some real good years. I don't know if I was ever 13-2. Assess what's going on here in 2016 for you.
I think what's been going on, I think we've been able to make pitch and execute pitches when we really need to. At times it's not pretty. There's a lot of uncompetitive pitches in there, but when it comes down to really having to make a pitch, I feel like we've done that for the most part. You know, getting better. I think you make more competitive pitches consistently, but you know what? I think when you really need to make a pitch, I think we've been doing that. Weedy and I have been on the same page throughout the whole year, and I think the biggest part for me is the defense. Our defense is outstanding. I mean, day in and day out, every time I pitch, I feel like there's 3 or 4 plays that completely change the game. And then we go up and score a couple runs, and that puts the pitcher in a whole different thought process. Go out and attack and get early outs.